Most aquarium videos tell you what not to do, but almost none of them explain why the same mistakes keep killing fish, melting plants, and turning tanks into algae factories. We've built tanks, we've broken tanks, we've fixed tanks that looked beyond saving. We've watched fish thrive, and we've watched them fail for reasons nobody warned us about. And here's what experience teaches you. Aquariums don't fail because people are careless. They fail because people were never told how living systems actually work. Today, we're breaking down 7 aquarium mistakes beginners keep repeating, and more importantly, exactly what to do instead. Stay to the end, because after the list, we're breaking down the myths that keep these mistakes alive and the 3 truths that separate stable tanks from constant disasters. And hey, if you enjoy learning the why, not just the what, hit subscribe and join our little corner of the aquarium world. You're going to feel right at home here. Let's start. Number 1, cleaning too much? The sterile tank syndrome. Most beginners think a healthy aquarium should look spotless. Crystal glass, sparkling decor, filters cleaned like they're preparing a kitchen for inspection. Here's the part most tutorials skip. Your tank doesn't run on cleanliness. It runs on bacteria. Every time you deep clean everything, you're not removing dirt. You're resetting the biological engine that keeps fish alive. That's why tanks often look perfect right before fish start dying. Do this instead. Clean gently. Leave your filter media alone. Let bacteria do the work they evolved to do. If this already feels counterintuitive, make sure you're subscribed. The next mistake builds directly on this one. Number 2, trusting peaceful fish labels. The label trap. The juvenile lie, peaceful. That one word has destroyed more aquariums than bad water ever could. Beginners miss this because juvenile fish hide their adult behavior. They look calm, shy, almost polite. But biology doesn't care about labels. As fish grow, hormones shift. Metabolism changes. Territory suddenly matters. It's calm until it isn't. Kind of like Springfield. Do this instead. Ignore the label. Study adult behavior. Study adult size. Study how the species actually lives. If this sounds familiar, hit subscribe. We talk about this constantly in our monster fish breakdowns. Because the next mistake is why people blame the wrong thing afterward. Number 3, overfeeding to be kind. The guilt feeding problem. Let's be honest, most people don't overfeed because they're careless. They overfeed because they care. The fish rushes the glass. You feel bad. You add a little extra. Here's the hidden cost. Every extra bite becomes waste. Every extra flake feeds algae before it feeds fish. Excess nutrients push the entire tank out of balance. That's when aggression rises. Plants melt and algae suddenly appears everywhere. Do this instead. Feed less. Feed with intention. Controlled hunger creates healthier fish and calmer tanks. If this changed how you see feeding, subscribe. This channel is built for long-term success, not quick fixes. Because the next mistake is where people start buying their way into trouble. Number 4, chasing perfect water numbers. The test kit obsession. The stability killer. This one feels advanced. Test kits, charts, decimals. But chasing perfect numbers kills more fish than bad numbers ever will. Fish don't need perfection, they need stability. Constant adjustments stress fish even when the numbers look better on paper. That's why tanks with worse parameters sometimes thrive and tanks with perfect numbers fall apart. Do this instead. Pick a safe range. Keep it stable. Let biology adapt. If you've ever said, "My parameters are perfect," but my fish keep dying, this is why. And the next mistake explains why gear doesn't save tanks. Number 5, upgrading equipment instead of habits. The gear fix illusion. Gear can't fix routine. New filter, stronger pump, better light, none of that fixes bad habits. Technology doesn't replace consistency. It doesn't replace patience, and it doesn't replace understanding how your tank actually functions. Most problems blamed on equipment are really caused by routines. Overcleaning, overfeeding, rushing setups. Do this instead. Fix your schedule, fix your feeding, fix your maintenance rhythm before buying anything new. If that honesty feels refreshing, hit subscribe. We explain systems, not shopping lists. Because the next mistake is where most tanks truly collapse. Number 6, adding fish too fast. The impulse stocking mistake. The silent tank killer. A new tank looks empty, quiet, boring, so beginners rush to fill it. Here's the science nobody explains clearly. Bacteria grow slowly, fish load increases instantly. That gap is where ammonia spikes, stress rises, and fish start dying for no reason. Biology does not run on overnight shipping speed. Do this instead. Add fish slowly, let the tank mature, give biology time to catch up. And the final mistake explains why many people miss all of this happening. Number 7, ignoring early warning signs. The "it'll be fine" phase. The mistake that ends tanks? Fish don't just die suddenly. They warn you first. Clamped fins, hiding, glass surfing, unusual chasing. Beginners miss these signs because they're watching numbers instead of fish. By the time parameters crash, the damage is already done. Do this instead. Watch behavior. Behavior changes first. Numbers follow later. Myth bust. 3 myths that keep these mistakes alive. Before we move to the final truths, let's clear out the beliefs that quietly fuel all 7 mistakes. Myth number 1, if the water looks clean, the tank is healthy. Clear water feels safe. It looks under control. But clarity has nothing to do with biological stability. Some of the most dangerous tanks look crystal clear right before fish start dying. Truth: healthy tanks are built on bacteria, not appearance. Myth number 2, a bigger tank automatically fixes most problems. More water feels like more safety, but a large tank with bad habits fails the same way a small tank does. It just fails more slowly. Truth: tank size doesn't fix rushed stocking or poor routines. Stability does. Myth number 3, if fish are eating, they must be fine. Fish eat while stressed. They eat while sick. They even eat while slowly declining. By the time appetite disappears, you're already late. Truth: behavior changes come before appetite loss. If these myths sounded familiar, that's not a coincidence. They're repeated so often that they start to feel like common sense. And that's exactly why the same aquarium mistakes keep happening over and over again. Now let's lock this in with the 3 truths every successful aquarium eventually follows. The 3 truths every successful aquarium follows. Truth number 1, aquariums are living systems. They respond with delay. That delay is why tanks seem fine until they aren't. Truth number 2, stability beats perfection. Stable tanks absorb mistakes. Unstable tanks amplify them. Truth number 3, patience is not optional. You can rush purchases. You cannot rush biology. Every shortcut shows up later. And if you're starting to realize that most aquarium problems aren't about one single mistake, but the same habits repeating over and over again, you'll love our Stop Doing series. We break down algae problems, plant melt, cloudy water, and the hidden mistakes that keep tanks stuck in the same loop. Click one of the videos on screen and keep going, because fixing one mistake usually reveals the next one. And if this breakdown helped you see your tank differently, hit subscribe. We make guides for hobbyists who want tanks that actually last. And until next time, keep your tanks balanced, your glass spotless, and your curiosity flowing.